Morning, everybody. Talking ball. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined by Steve O'Hare and Ian Coleman. How are we doing, gents?
All
Very
good. Welcome back, Joe.
Thanks, mate. You missed me yesterday.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I haven't looked back at the vid yesterday. Was it all good?
Oh, we had fun
No
games,
idea.
obviously.
No idea. Don't even know if it went out. I think it went on Facebook. He said, "All right."
Okay.
Yeah, it's all on
I think
Facebook.
it streamed live. Okay.
We had a
but,
bit
yeah.
of fiddling, didn't we, Stevie?
There's a few technical difficulties.
Okay.
Normal
Never
stuff.
mind. All good.
We'll
All good.
blame the tools rather than.
Of course, blame the tools. So what's going on? What's happening in the world of markets? I haven't really looked yet, to be honest.
Everyone's still buying stocks.
Yeah.
It's,
Nothing's changed then.
Nothing's changed. A little flip round this morning. I think there's a bit of buying interest in the dollar first thing. But,
Yeah. But, don't know if it'll last very long again.
no, seen a couple of interesting formations but the German industrial production figures were shocking this morning, weren't they? I think that's giving the euro a bit of a dig.
Right.
Came in at, what was it, expected minus 11 year on year, and came in at nearly 20, minus 20. And you got the EU Commission out today as well, which they're supposed to give an update on their quarterly economic outlook, so that could be fun and games later. I don't know what time that is. I've searched around for it and it's not on none of the calendars, so
Okay. Looking at the reason for the move in stocks, we've had the Chinese government imploring the nation to get on board the healthy bull market. So the communist leaders of China have said to their people, buy the stocks.
stop.
Exactly. Because obviously the government are loaded up with stocks. They need to offload them to someone.
That's probably what it is. I mean, that's going to feel one hell of a bubble, isn't it, if they start all buying?
Yeah. I mean, that's the cycle, though, isn't it? You know, debt gets passed around, ownership of the economy gets passed around. It's just one big cycle, and creatures of habit, we all always do the same things.
So we've got Trump saying buy stocks. We've got President Xi saying buy stocks. You've got two massive superpowers there piling into risky assets. Just got to go with it, haven't you?
Yeah.
you before me.
You just wait for a Trump tweet to send them lower, then lift them, and then wait
buy
for
the dips.
Trump tweet. Yeah, that's all it is, isn't it? It's easy game.
Yeah, more coronavirus developments yesterday, particularly in the US. There was some moderation in Arizona. There's an increase in the infection rate in New Jersey. I also saw that Melbourne in Australia has been shut down.
Yeah, those borders, haven't they, over there?
Yeah, so obviously not going away and impacting quite dramatically. We've got Chancellor Sunak. Is he due to speak tomorrow? But there's a few rumours going about what he's going to say. He's going to sort out a stamp duty holiday. I've heard up to $500,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because that's the people that need it, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
If
Yeah.
you buy an £500,000 house, oh yeah, I don't need to pay any stamp duty now.
Yeah. It's all about timing. I'm glad I bought mine last year.
Yeah, I wouldn't want any charity from anyone. Sure.
Yeah, no, I only waited 12 years as well. So.
Oh, Christ.
I know. We did say that was the top of the market. Thanks for that.
I know, mate. I know.
Okay, so chart-wise, anybody got anything interesting they want to stick up on the screens?
I wouldn't mind just showing a couple of bits.
There you go.
Couple of bits. That was just something I noticed first thing this morning. It broke out this. This is euro dollar 1 hour, so it's only a short time frame, and you will notice that the target level is for the breakout is basically the measured move, so it's the high to the low, and then projected from the low. So it's around about 112.60, and we're buying dips a lot lower than that today. But I think this, like I was saying, this initial sort of buying of dollars this morning, and then I thought this was quite interesting if it plays out. I still quite like this Euro Swiss, decent outside bar. Sorry, Sterling Swiss, decent outside bar, looks like a head and shoulders, and this 61.8% fib is pretty close to this trendline support. But apart from that, not seen loads jumping out this morning. But I do think we're going to have a bit of a recovery in the dollar and a sell-off in euro and sterling, maybe just to buy into, to be honest. But that's my thoughts first thing this morning.
Okay, Steve, you looking at anything? I'm a
Just
little
sort
bit behind, so I can't really
yeah,
find
just
much at the minute.
no, just sort of like saw a bit of a slowdown in cable. Yesterday in euro dollar, I was looking to buy a break of this 113, I think 10 level. We had it yesterday. It did manage to move up to 113.45 before reversing yesterday afternoon and closing. It closed around about unchanged at 113.10, but overnight we've seen a little bit of a sell-off, and as Ian was showing, there's a little bit of a tendency to move lower at this point in time. We've got this previous descending trend line, downward trending line resistance, and potentially are we going to move down to here and then get the reaction higher, retest of this previous support, previous resistance now turn support. On the basis of that, I'm still looking to buy euro sterling, but this 90.75 level, 90.80 level could prove too much resistance at the moment. Euro yen, trying to follow this trend back up. Yeah, on the indice front, it's FTSE had a decent turnaround. Sort of hanging man candle posted here. Look at the seller rally, but it seems to continue to move lower. But I expect buyers coming in later on, so dips probably to be bought. But I was trying to capture this move lower this morning. Looks like I've missed it. So yeah, and copper again. Copper's sort of like has you should see the copper on the weekly chart. Obviously, absolutely fantastic rally back. Should find some resistance around these levels, and but it's all based on the stocks, how the stock markets work. Yes, a pretty frightening day, really.
Okay.
Silver was, I suppose, silver on the 4-hour chart is the only one I'm really. I'm bullish of this long term, the gold and silver, but decent line of resistance here. We were getting short of that at 1835. That held quite nicely and came lower yesterday. Looking to do the same again. Have the stop just above the previous high to keep the risk reward good. That's about it.
Great. So yesterday, the gun to the head challenge. Let's just go over that. So we had Steve buying euro sterling, and that was a 0.6R winner at the close. It's a little bit off of its best levels, but still a nice win. I think you came within 17 ticks or so of the target, so got quite close there. And Ian stopped on your Bitcoin short.
How did we do Friday?
I don't know if I've updated that actually, so I
just can't remember.
I might need to go over that.
Yeah, okay,
I'll go back over that and sort that out. So today, who's got some winning trades today? I want to take a look at the S&P 500. This is the breakout that we saw earlier this week. We had a little bit of a look at a push above last week on the 2nd, but it failed, and then we saw a reasonable correction. But then come Sunday night and the Monday morning open, we just saw a huge rally higher, smashing through that resistance level. And now what we're seeing today is a little bit of a pullback to that new support, which I anticipate will be bought because it generally is with the US markets. So going to buy it here at 31.60. Keep quite a tight stop of 12 points. Let's go 31.56. I'm going to target 3,200. Round number, 3.4R.
Good luck.
Let's see. Either you two got anything?
No.
I'm just going to go for that sterling Swiss trade. I quite like that, especially with this engulfing candle at the top this morning. So normally, if you squint really hard, you can see 5 waves up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tiny little 5th wave at the top, because these two are overlapping, so you can't count them. So that should mean that the move to the downside comes in 3 waves. So again, very choppy price action in the 3 waves. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and looking for this last leg to the downside. So selling it, the R is not particularly great, but selling it at 1.1769, stop 1.1795, which is above that engulfing candle, targeting 117.04, which is a 61.8% fib.
Thank you, Steve.
No, you've got me really. I'm really struggling. Let's go for Euro. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for my go-to market, Nikkei.
Pick one.
What I'm going to do here. So the markets do feel a little bit vulnerable to the downside. Just for this short period in the morning, I think that will turn around. As you say, if the whole world's been encouraged to buy stocks, let's buy stocks. Let's get long of the Nikkei at 22,537. Let's target. Well, let's work on the stop first. Stop at 22,337. And I like round numbers 3 to 1. The target is 23,137. So buying.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, buying Nikkei.
Good luck.
Let me just think about that. Actually, that trade.
Don't overthink it.
Well, yeah, I know. It's sort of it's a bit. Let me just see what I'm doing overnight. Yeah, the only caveat to that trade is this line of resistance here, 22,800. That is struggling to get through there. If it does break through there, we're on the way
All
to
highs.
Yeah.
New highs. Yeah.
Okay. As you, my favorite trade over the last few weeks has been selling Nikkei just in front of this 22,800 level, and it's worked really well. And again, last night didn't quite trigger. Got up to 22. What is it? 22,738. So didn't quite get there. And I'm sort of like the target is normally around this blue line. The 22,200 level. So yeah, I'm sort of buying stocks like the government's telling me to. So
Well
go
done.
for it.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so news-wise, I think we've covered most of it, have we? Unless anybody else has seen anything else of note.
Yeah, I've got something, but I'll come back in a minute. I can't remember.
Okay, we had UK PMI construction index out yesterday. That rose sharply to 55.3. Or was that this morning? That came out. I think it was yesterday. It was on our report. Yeah. So strengthened sharply to 55.3 for June from 28.9 previous month. So obviously a considerable jump there, and that was well above the consensus forecast of 46. So all looking pretty rosy on the job numbers. We've got data out today. The Canada Ivy PMI, which is due to rise to 43.1 from 39. That's due out at 3 o'clock, so keep an eye on your CAD crosses. Then we've got the house price index due out today for the UK as well. House builders had a real big boost yesterday on the back of the chat about the stamp duty, so that seems to be all holding up pretty well.
Yeah, I mean that definitely will. It's I think this is the time where they're going to sort of like turn around and maybe also say, oh yeah, you can invest your pension in retail housing. So it's something they looked at before. They'll come out with all different types of reasons to support.
So buy to lets in pensions.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's what they looked at it before. I think it's 2012. Might be before.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then they just pulled it at the last minute.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with that is the inequality it creates. You get people buying up all these properties, and people still can't afford to get on the ladder because they're pushing the price of the houses.
I think that there's always a reason and that always happens. And it's not I'm not saying it's a good idea. But I'm just saying there's, when they want to support the economy, they're going to put out all the stops.
Yeah.
And kick the can down the road. Let their children deal with it when they
Yay!
power.
He can deal with it.
Well, we'll never get rid of. Yeah, there he is, the lad.
Yeah, he's been schooled by his Nintendo Switch today, by the looks of things.
Oh,
Fantastic.
excellent.
His mother's out cutting hair at a frantic rate.
Yeah,
and he's been orphaned.
She must be doing about 40 a day at the moment.
Yeah. Crazy times. Okay, anything else to add, or can we wrap it up? I don't think there's much else to say.
No, that's all good.
I'm all good in the hood.
Great. Okay, well, everybody have a good day and catch you all tomorrow.
Yeah, enjoy,
All right,
guys.
cheers.
Cheers, then.
See you
Bye bye.
later.